Hi guys, it's Ellen and today I have a art journal layout to share with you. So throughout this entire layout I wasn't really sure where I was going with this. I just wanted to get out some paints that I was trying to use up and just to have a play with them. So that's what I'm doing to start with. I've got some old acrylic paints that I've had forever and I've almost finished the tube, so I thought I would create a page trying to use some of them up. So I've gone for some yellow and greens and I've just added some of that paint onto the 2 pages, and then I've also added some more blue and green paint using my palette knife to create another texture. And yeah, like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to this. I just wanted to get some colour on the page and make sure there was no white space left. Once that was dry, I have these napkins and they have like paint splotches on them. It looks like they were made with a paintbrush, and again I want to use these up, so I took one of them, removed 2 layers of them, and then added them in different areas of my page just with some PVA glue. I added some book pages doing the same thing, just tearing random strips and adding them to the page. And then I've taken some more blue paint and added my own brush strokes onto the page to make sure I was trying to make sure the book pages looked like more of the page rather than just slapped on like that they were supposed to be there. I took some white acrylic paint, watered that down a little and added some splatters, and then this is where the page started to come together. So I thought I would create some circles on my page and then use white gesso to block out the rest. So I end up with lots of different sized circles on the page, and then the rest will be covered up with the white gesso. And when I cover up the rest of the page, it's not completely white, you can still see texture and colour through it, so I quite liked that. I only did 2 layers of gesso to make sure it wasn't completely white. After I did all of that work, I didn't want to cover too much of it up. Once the gesso was dry, I've taken my black ink pen and done some sort of like a messy border around the circles, and then I also did a border around the whole page, but I ended up changing that to something different. You'll see that in a little while, but yeah, just deliberately messy around the circles just to add some more interest to my page. And I'll then start working on my quote for the page, and it just says embrace the crazy, because that's sort of what this layout resembles, is just crazy ideas in my mind and putting it onto paper without really thinking about it. I really enjoyed this one actually. Normally I put a lot of thought into my art journals, and it was fun to just play with paint and collage things and just do whatever I wanted on the page. I originally wrote out my quote in a marker pen, but where I had some texture on the page, it didn't work very well, so I thought I would go around in black paint. And I don't particularly like my handwriting. I'm trying to get used to doing sort of calligraphy style writing. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm trying to make myself do it on art journal pages to practice, and hopefully I'll end up liking my handwriting a bit more. So I changed my mind about the border and added black paint all the way around in sort of a wavy line. I'll add white pieces on top of this, so it's like, I don't know how to describe it. I've seen lots of people do this in their journals, and it just looks like a really fun border to an art journal page. I also took a blue metallic pen and went over the quote that I used for the page as well to help it stand out a little more, because on some of the pieces I was painting black on black and it wasn't overly easy to read. So by adding the blue metallic pen, it just made that a little bit simpler. So I didn't record all of the border because, like I said, it took a couple layers of white, and I went back over the black to make that darker, but you can see in the photos at the end. And that is my page all finished. So a really easy art journal page, just playing with colour and texture. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you very much for being here. Bye guys!